Hello, it's Cassie Hicks from Modern Marketing Spark. In the last video I talked about why it's so important to build a list and why, if you're in business, building a list of prospects and customers should be your number one priority. And I promised that in the next video, which is this video, I'd show you how to build a list. So I'm going to show you now how to build a list, and this is a list of prospects and customers. The first thing you need to do is to get a professional email service. Now there's a number of different services out there. The two that I prefer are MailChimp and Aweber. Personally, I use Aweber. I love it. It's fantastic. It does everything I need it to do. But there is a charge for Aweber. However, MailChimp is also very, very good, and it's free for the first 2,000 names on your list. Whether you've got one big list or lots of little lists, until you hit that 2,000 mark, MailChimp is completely free. So with Aweber, you can test it out for a $1 trial for 30 days, and then you have to start paying. I think it's about $19 a month, but MailChimp is free. So get a professional email service, because also, as well as being able to send emails, you'll be compliant with the CAN-SPAM regulations, which is really, really important. And I'm amazed at how many emails I still get from people that aren't complying with CAN-SPAM. That means, in a nutshell, without getting into the legal side of things, but it means that someone receiving your email has an option to opt out. So with MailChimp and Aweber, someone has to opt in to join your list, although you can add people manually, but generally it's much better practice for people to opt into your list, and we'll cover that later on. And every time you get an email, you send an email, there's an unsubscribe option, so people can unsubscribe from your list and stop hearing from you whenever they like, and that makes you compliant with CAN-SPAM. So just want to show you Aweber and MailChimp quickly. There are other providers. There's iContact, GetResponse, Infusionsoft is very sophisticated and expensive, but depending where you are in your journey, I imagine if you're starting out, MailChimp or Aweber would be enough to get you started. And what I recommend is you start with MailChimp if you've never had a list before, and get used to that, and then you can transition to other service providers as your business grows. So here's Aweber, which is my favorite, so I'm going to start with Aweber. And as you can see, there's so many things you can do. You can send email newsletters. It will create the sign up forms for your website so that people can opt into your list. You can manage your subscribers. You can track everything that you send. So when you send an email out to your list, you can see who's opened your email, who's clicked on your links, if there's been any spam complaints, how many bounces there are, which means the emails haven't gone through, and you can have monthly reports, and you can track everything. So it's really, really sophisticated. And also you've got the autoresponder follow-up, and the autoresponder follow-up, I'm going to cover that in the next email. That's another in the next video rather. Got emails on the brain. Autoresponders are a way to automatically send emails to your list. So for example, if I opt into your list, the first email I receive might be a welcome message, and then a day later I might get the second email, and a day later the third email, and you can have a whole series of emails, and they're all sent out automatically as soon as somebody starts, as soon as somebody opts into your list, the emails start to be sent. So really, really good. Performance tracking again, so you can get reports and you can see who's reading your emails and how many, what people have done, the click-through rate and the opt-ins. And they both, Aweber and MailChimp, have very good customer support, so you can always get help. Here's MailChimp. It looks quite fun. MailChimp has some very good tutorial videos. They've got a blog, they've got a very good support system, so you can always get help, and does everything that Aweber does. You can't do as much with MailChimp, and of course everything's free, so you can but you can do the basics of what you need with MailChimp, and so it's a fantastic way to get started and to keep track of all your contacts and to be able to communicate regularly with your list, which is so important. Now that's step number 2, is to create an awesome sign up form. Now this is the form, this is the box that you're probably used to seeing, where it's on somebody's website or on a web page, or it can even be within social media, and there's a reason for you, there's a compelling reason for you to want to sign up to somebody's list. So keep in mind that you can't just stick an opt-in box on your website and expect people to sign in. You've got to give people a reason to want to give you their email addresses. So make your sign up form compelling, give people a compelling reason, and have a clear call to action. And I use WordPress, I use OptimizePress, and the buttons say things like sign up now, here we are, get instant access, and also using Aweber, there's this fantastic form here which is a Facebook form, so you can actually get people to opt into your mailing list by logging into their Facebook, and this is a floating form. So as you can see, there's so many different ways you can do this, but make the opt-in, make it compelling. And as you can see, I've got here, get online marketing tips and tricks to increase your visibility online and grow your business. Enter your name and email, sign up now. So hopefully that's compelling, and this is telling you exactly what to do. This is from one of my dating sites. Yes, I want to learn the secrets of dating after divorce. Send me my free Finding the Perfect Partner email course today. So that's compelling, giving you a reason to opt in. Enter your name here and get instant access. So if you're looking to date after divorce and you like the idea of the ebook, you can put your name and email in and get instant access. So that's very compelling. It's a call to action. There's an urgency there. And you're probably used to seeing these forms. What I would do is start to notice these opt-in forms as you move around the web, and keep an eye on the ones that are compelling to you. Keep an eye on the ones that appeal to you and you think, gosh, yes, that makes me want to sign up. That really does sound interesting. And then you can incorporate some of those ideas into your opt-in forms on your website. Number 3 is to offer an incentive. Give people a reason to opt into your list, and this comes back to being compelling in the copy here. So as you can see, what I've done here with the Dating After Divorce, there's a free email course, and that's sent out using the autoresponder. So that's an email course that's queued up in advance, and as soon as someone puts their name and email in, they start to receive the emails one by one by one. So that's another use for an autoresponder series. So I don't have to do anything, it all happens automatically behind the scenes. With Spark, I've got a weekly e-zine with tips and tricks, and once people enter their name and email and sign up, they'll start to receive those weekly tips and tricks. And then with Women's Way to Wealth, another one of my sites, here we've got 7 easy steps to kickstart your home business. This has been one of my most successful opt-in programs ever, and I find that the email course video training works really, really well. This has worked really, really well for me, been very, very powerful. And I used to do a lot of ebooks as opt-ins, but I'm finding these video email training courses are working really, really well for me. But test out different things with your market. You know what your market wants. So it could be an MP3 download, it could be a video, it could be a little course of training. It could be access to a membership site or the first chapter of a book. Think of it as an ethical bribe. In exchange for somebody giving you their email and joining your community and joining your list, you're giving them something of value. I just want to show you some other examples here. Here's an ebook. This is a PLR Mega Secrets product that I launched last year, and one of the incentives here was World Leading Internet Marketers PLR Secrets Revealed. That's an ebook. We've got the Quick Start Modern Marketing Guide. This is the opt-in incentive for Modern Marketing Spark. So if you'd like a copy of that, sign up to my list and you'll receive a copy, and you'll instantly get access to the download for the ebook there. Number 4 is make it easy to opt in. You want to have your opt-in forms placed in multiple places on your website. So you want to have your opt-in form in the sidebar right at the top of the right hand section of your website, so that when people look at your website, the first thing their eye is drawn to is the opt-in form. I've got a plugin that puts an opt-in form underneath every blog post that I write. You can have opt-ins at the top of your page as a sort of a banner heading style, and you can have opt-ins even just when you're writing an article. You can put opt-in boxes even within the copy, even within the content of the article. But make it really easy for people to opt in. Put the opt-in boxes in lots of different places. Tell people what to do. Sign up now, get instant access, and give them a reason why they should opt into your list. So just got a couple more examples here. And then number 5 is to communicate regularly. So once you've got people on your list. And remember, we're not talking about email addresses here, we're talking about people. There are real people behind those email addresses. You want to communicate regularly with them. So you want to communicate, the frequency depends on your market, but I would say you at least want to be in touch with people every week or every month, no less often than monthly. I had a client who has a list of customers, people that she's actually worked with and trained and worked one-to-one with, and she was only emailing them once a quarter, if she got around to it. And then she was wondering why people weren't responding, and the reason is because they weren't used to hearing from her, and when they did hear from her, there was such a long gap between her communication that people had just forgotten that she was even there. So communicate enough that people know you're there, but without being irritating. So for me, I communicate. I've got a weekly e-zine, and I tend to blog at least once a week. So my subscribers are hearing from me once or twice a week, and people don't like it, they opt out, but generally I find that for me, for my audience, for my market, that works quite well. And remember that you're building a relationship here. This isn't just about building a list so you can sell stuff to people. This is about building a relationship. So share your story, draw people in, and take them on a journey with you and let them get to know you. This is about building personal relationships, and you can do all that with a regular email communication that's sent out through your autoresponder. So make building your list your number one priority. There's 5 steps there for building your list and getting started. For more tips and tricks, visit the Modern Marketing Spark blog, which is mmspark.com/blog. I would love to hear from you. I'd love to know how your list building is going, if you need any help or advice. But this is so important for your business. So thanks very much for listening to this video. On the next video, I'm going to talk about autoresponder series and email marketing. So thanks again for listening, and I'll see you on the next video.